Okay, so this is Mike Sesteric. I'm the course coordinator for several of the courses at Athabasca University, and today I wanted to show you what Zotero is and why you should be using this when you're conducting sociological research. So, what is Zotero? Zotero is your personal research assistant. Zotero is actually citation management software that can help you with the citation process. So, what does that mean exactly? Well, if we look at Zotero, we'll see, this is the actual program here, we'll see that Zotero is a database of journal articles, citations, books. The software basically keeps a running track of all the bibliographic information that you need to cite when you're writing papers and citing articles. So the software keeps track of all sorts of different types of documentation, computer programs, encyclopedia articles, journal articles, magazine articles, and so on. And it basically keeps track of the author, the title, the publication name, the volume, issue, pages, date, and so on and so forth. These fields change a little bit depending on what exactly you're keeping track of, but you get the idea. So you can keep a lot of citations in Zotero, and yeah. So Zotero is a citation database software, citation management software. So what can you do with Zotero? Well, say you're doing some research, so your term paper is on the effect of spanking on IQ, and you want to conduct some research. So you're going to go to the Athabasca University Library or Google Scholar, wherever you go, and you're going to enter into the search keyword, the keyword spanking and IQ, and you may want to limit this to academic journals, and then you can hit search, and when you hit search, it's going to come up with this list here. And you see on this list here, harsh parenting during early childhood and childhood development. So let's go look at that one. And so we read the abstract, and we get over, and we see this interesting statement down here, which is that children's exposure to parental aggressions at home is associated with reduced verbal skills and more behavioral problems. It also, I found this interesting too here, most children in the world are exposed to some form of harsh parenting, including verbal or physical aggression. So harsh parenting, the exposure to parental aggressions lead to reduced verbal skills and more behavioral problems. So that's interesting. So spanking is, of course, an aggression. So we'll add this citation to our paper because it's interesting. And so we're going to take this here and we're going to put it in our own words over here in our paper. Researchers find that harsh parenting leads to reduced verbal skills and more behavioral problems. And we're going to keep that as a note, and we're going to have to cite that. We're going to do the citation now. So we got to record where we got this. So of course, to do that, we got to enter the citation, which is going to involve a lot of tedious typing. And you're going to do the date on this, which is 2020. And you do that. Once you do that, you got to go down to your citations, and you got to record the citation, etc., blah, blah, blah. And then the journal article, or the source, which is in economics and human biology, and you may have to italicize that, and put the volume here, 2020. What's the volume number? I don't see the volume number here. I'm sure there's a volume number or whatever. You get the idea anyway. This is a complicated process, and it's difficult, it's time consuming, and it's prone to error. A lot of students will have the experience of handing something like this in and just getting it tossed back because there's errors. So what do you do? What can Zotero do with this? Well, Zotero is a citation management software, so you can use Zotero to manage your references over here. So if you're going to do that for this article, the first thing you do is you're going to have to enter this entry into Zotero, and that's very easy. All journal systems, all scholarly systems, Athabasca University Library, other university libraries, even journals themselves, have a facility to export the citation. So to do that, to export the citation, you're going to find export or cite. It could be named different things, and you're going to go export, and you're going to look for direct export in RIS format. So Zotero uses the RIS format. And you're going to click save, and Zotero is going to collect that data, and you're going to find it, if you go back to Zotero, already entered into the database. So journal article, title, the authors entered correctly, an abstract, the publication, economics and human biology, the volume if there was one, the issue, no page numbers are listed here. So you might want to, in this case, you might want to go back here and in this case, you probably need to download the article and find the page numbers. I'm assuming you've read this article if you're going to cite it. So you go and enter the page numbers right away. Look at this and make sure that everything's kosher right away, because it's easier to do it now and it's much harder to go back and do it later. And then when you've got that entered, you can simply go to your paper and it'll bring up, you'll click, sorry here, we'll do this a little bit slower. You'll look up here, and this is your Zotero citation bar. And you'll click the first one, add edit citation. And it'll bring up, if this is the first time you've done it in the document, it'll bring up the citation style. So you can pick various different citation styles here. There's APA, ASA, Chicago. Since this is a sociology paper, I'm going to choose sociological association. So that's gonna set the style, and you're going to click OK, and then it's going to bring up a quick citation box, and you're going to enter anything from this article will work. So you can go harsh parenting, will bring up the article. You could also go Berthelon, will also bring up the article based on the title. So let me show you that. And you'll click that, and if you need to add a page number, you can add that here. If you need to add the prefix and the suffix, you can add that here. And if you want to suppress the author, you can add that. You can do that here. And then when you've made all your selections, you enter it in, and there it is in proper citation format. Now, easy peasy and absolutely 100% accurate. So in addition to doing this, you also enter the actual bibliography itself. So to do that, you go up here into the little books. It says add edit bibliography there. You click that button where you want your references to appear, and there it is. Again, exactly 100% right. And you can do that for different citations, different notes you take. This is a different note here. And I'm going to add a citation maybe from Karl Marx. Doesn't really have anything to do with IQ and spanking, but just so you see, right, how easy it is to do this. Marx, the German ideology. It's in here, everything's proper, everything's sorted. And there you go. That's it. When you save and export this paper, it exports the citations with 100% accuracy, assuming you've got an accurate entry here. So it's important to get this entry accurate the first time. And that's it. And the nice thing about this is that you can change the citation format. So if you were working on a paper and you're in a sociology class and you're using APA format, and you find at the end of the term that they're not going to accept APA or ASA format, and they want to change to something different, you can actually do that in this citation box and pick a different citation. And if you do that, it'll modify it to the standards of the discipline. So you can do that for any of these different citation styles. So we're going to stick with ASA here. I don't know where my box went. It's appearing on my other screen here. So American Sociology Association, and there you go. And that's, yeah, so that's it. That's Zotero. Zotero is citation management software. And if you're doing any kind of sociological research, any kind of research at all, you should be downloading and using this, because it's going to save you a ton of time. It's going to improve the quality of your citation. It's going to improve the accuracy of your paper, and it's going to prevent a lot of hair pulling by the end of it all. So yeah, there you go.